Welcome everyone. This is not just another English learning video. This is the video that could change everything. If you've ever asked yourself, why do I forget words so fast? Why can't I speak fluently even though I know vocabulary? Why does my brain freeze when I try to talk? You're not alone. Millions of English learners around the world struggle silently every day. They repeat words again and again, forget them again and again, and end up feeling confused, ashamed, and stuck. The worst part is that they start thinking they're not smart enough, that English is not for them, that they'll never be fluent. But I want to tell you something important. You are not broken, your method is. The problem is not your brain. The real problem is that no one ever taught you how your brain actually remembers words. And that's exactly what this video will do. Today, I'll give you 7 powerful, science-backed, life-changing tricks to help you remember English words permanently. Not just for a test, not just for a day, but forever. You'll learn how to store words naturally, confidently, and deeply. These are the same methods used by polyglots who speak multiple languages, memory champions who can memorize thousands of words, and everyday learners who simply want to speak English without fear. If you stay until the end, you'll walk away with a clear system to learn new words faster, store them in long-term memory, speak without hesitation, and finally feel free in English. If even one trick helps you, please hit the subscribe button to support this channel. Because here, we don't just teach English, we change lives through English. Trick 1. Visual connection. Picture it. This is the first and most important brain trick for remembering English words permanently. Have you noticed how easy it is to remember a movie scene you watched years ago, your childhood bedroom, your best friend's face, or your favorite food? Yet you forget an English word you studied just yesterday. Why? Because your brain is not designed to remember words. It is designed to remember pictures. We remember images, colors, shapes, movement, and emotions, not abstract letters on a page. When you hear the word elephant, you don't see the letters. You see a large gray animal with a trunk. That image is what your brain stores, not the spelling. If you don't create this visual connection when learning English, your brain won't keep the word. It will treat it as unimportant and throw it away. How to use this trick. Whenever you learn a new English word, don't just read it or repeat it. Pause. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Picture it. Imagine it. Experience it. Examples. Apple. Imagine a shiny red apple on a white plate. Feel its cold skin. Hear the crunch as you bite into it. Taste the sweetness. Then say the word. Rain. Imagine dark clouds, cool drops on your skin, the sound of rain on leaves, the feeling of holding an umbrella. Then say the word. Library. Picture tall shelves full of books, the smell of paper, the silence, the feeling of reading. This method turns a word into a memory. A strong mental picture activates more parts of your brain and builds deeper connections. Use this trick daily. Choose 5 new words. Read each word aloud. Close your eyes and create a clear mental picture. Add color, movement, sound, and emotion. Say the word again. Make every new word a scene, not just a sound. That's how children learn. That's how fluent speakers remember. And that's how you will remember, not for a test, but for life. Trick 3. Use the word. Speak it or lose it. Have you ever learned a new word, repeated it several times, wrote it in your notebook, maybe even made a flashcard, and 2 days later it completely disappeared from your memory? You try to speak, your brain goes blank, and you feel frustrated, embarrassed, or defeated. But the truth is simple. You didn't use the word, so your brain deleted it. Not because you're weak or lazy, but because your brain is efficient. It receives thousands of pieces of information every day and constantly asks, is this useful? If yes, keep it. If no, delete it. When you read a word but never use it, your brain decides it's unimportant and removes it. This is why you remember song lyrics from years ago. They were emotional, repeated, used. But vocabulary that you don't use feels meaningless to your brain. The rule that changes everything. Use each new word at least 3 times in the first day. Say it, write it, think it, use it in sentences. Use it with emotion. The The more you use it, the more your brain believes, I need this. Keep it. How to do it. Step 1. Learn 1 to 3 new words per day. Don't learn 20. Learn fewer but learn them deeply. Step 2. Make personal sentences. Don't memorize definitions. Connect the word to your life. Wrong. Delicious means tasty, right? This coffee is delicious. My mom made a delicious dinner. Chocolate cake is always delicious. Real life equals real memory. Step 3. Speak your sentences out loud. Speaking trains your mouth, your ears, and your confidence. Say each sentence with emotion. Step 4. Use the word again throughout the day. This is how the word becomes part of you. Use it again in your real life. While brushing your teeth, you might joke, "This toothpaste is delicious." Actually, maybe not. It's okay to laugh. Play with language. Have fun with it. While eating dinner, say something natural like, "This rice is delicious." Even if you're alone, say it. While texting someone, you could write, "I just had a delicious burger." Then use it in a real sentence in your notebook. Today I learned the word delicious. It means something tastes really good. My favorite delicious food is mango. Now the word belongs to your life. Review it the next morning just once. Look at your sentence, say it again, and create one new sentence. And that's it. The word becomes yours permanently. This technique activates every part of your English brain. Your speaking memory, your mouth. Your listening memory, your ears. Your writing memory, your hand. Your emotional memory, your feelings. Your contextual memory, real life use. Your repetition memory, your review system. When you use a word in real situations, your brain says, "This word is part of your daily life. You're using it. You need it. I'll store it in long-term memory." That's how fluency is built. One word at a time. Not by learning more, but by using what you learn. Many learners are not failing because they don't study. They fail because they keep learning new words but don't use the old ones. Their brain collects vocabulary but never connects it. And without connection, there is no retention. Remember this, a word not used is a word soon forgotten. From today, make this your daily promise. Every word I learn, I will use. I will speak. I will live. Say it in your room. Say it to your mirror. Say it in your mind. The more you use a word, the faster you remember it. The faster you remember, the sooner you speak. And the sooner you speak, the closer you get to fluency. This is not just a memory trick. This is a fluency system. This is the secret to unlocking your English voice. Trick 4. Memory loops. Repeat smart, not hard. You've probably heard the phrase, "Practice makes perfect." But here's the truth. The wrong kind of practice makes nothing. Smart practice creates everything. Most learners think, if I repeat the word again and again, I'll remember it. So they repeat a word many times in a row, and still forget it a couple of days later. Why? Because they're repeating the word the wrong way. Their brain isn't lazy. They're simply not being trained properly. That's where memory loops come in. This is one of the most powerful techniques used by language learners, medical students, memory champions, public speakers, and high performers who need to remember information permanently. A memory loop means you revisit a word at different times, in different ways, on different days. This creates a strong, lasting memory path. Think of it like walking on wet grass. If you walk on it once, no path appears. If you walk on it every day, a clear path forms. Your memory works the same way. Learning a word once sends a weak signal to the brain. Returning to it repeatedly sends a strong signal. And that's when the word becomes permanently available. Here's what most learners do wrong. They cram 30 words at once, repeat them in one sitting, then never review them. But the brain doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to patterns. You don't need force. You need flow. Memory loops create that flow. They form a gentle, powerful, long-term system. Imagine you learn the word excited. You write it down, understand its meaning, and then the loop begins. Use it in a sentence. I'm excited for my birthday. I'm excited to learn English today. I feel excited when I watch English movies. Why 3 uses? The first use tests the word. The second creates recognition. The third tells the brain, this word matters. This is the first loop. On the next day, return to the word. Say it again. Make a new sentence. I was excited to start my new job. A few days later, use it again in your journal. I want to feel excited every morning. Later, teach the word to someone, or explain it to your mirror. Excited means you're really happy about something. I'm excited to speak English fluently. Each time you return, the loop strengthens. Every review adds a new layer of memory. You're not memorizing anymore, you're owning the word. After several weeks, go back to old words. Choose a small list. Say them aloud. Make a fresh sentence for each. Why? Because words need oxygen. If you don't use them for a long time, they start fading. Even native speakers forget words they don't use. You're human. Your memory needs feeding. A monthly review keeps the word warm and alive in your speaking brain. This entire method is based on spaced repetition. You repeat with space between sessions, not all at once. The brain grows with gentle, spaced practice, not pressure. Bad method. Repeat a word many times in a few minutes. Forget it quickly. Smart method. Learn it once. Review it the next day. Review again after a few more days. Review again later. Review again after a month. That's how words become permanent. Fluency doesn't mean knowing thousands of words. It means being able to use the right words at the right moment without fear or hesitation. Fluency isn't about quantity. It's about depth, about remembering and using a few hundred words confidently. Memory loops give you that depth. They keep your vocabulary alive and ready. This is how your words start coming automatically, not after long pauses or mental translation. This is how you become fluent, not just a learner. You can turn this into a simple daily system. Learn a few new words. Use them several times that same day. Review them after a short break. Review again a few days later. Add them to a monthly review list. Speak them, write them, and live them. Just a few minutes a day is enough. A small amount of consistent love for your words will make them unforgettable. If you truly want to speak fluent English, if you're tired of forgetting words, if you want vocabulary that feels natural and permanent, then stop cramming. Stop memorizing long lists. Stop treating learning like a race. Instead, you must build memory loops because loops don't just repeat, loops build fluency. From today, make this your promise. Every word you learn will become part of your life. Not just for today, but forever. Use it, return to it, speak it, feel it, live it, and your brain will reward you with the greatest gift of all. True English fluency. Strong, calm, and unstoppable. Trick 5: Word plus sound plus action, the whole brain method. What if I told you that most English learners are only using a small part of their brain when they try to learn new words? They use their eyes to read, maybe their fingers to write, and their mouth to repeat. But your brain has much more powerful ways to remember, if you learn to use it completely. This trick is a revolutionary technique used by actors, performers, and language learners because it activates all parts of your brain at once. Once you experience it, you will never forget a word again. Most people learn new words with just their eyes and mouth. But the human brain is not designed to learn in pieces. It learns best when everything is connected. Your memory becomes strongest when you activate your mouth speaking, your ears hearing, your eyes seeing, your body moving, your emotions feeling, your mind imagining, and real-life context. When all these parts work together, the word becomes part of your body, your mind, your voice, and your life. It is no longer just a word, it becomes a full-body experience. And your brain never forgets experiences. Imagine learning the word jump. Most people just read the definition and move on. But you're going to activate your full brain. Say the word aloud, clearly and confidently. Say it with different emotions. Excited, angry, happy, whispering, loudly. This makes the word come alive in your voice. Then listen to someone use the word in a sentence through a video, podcast, movie, or audio example. For example, the cat jumped over the wall. I jumped out of bed when I heard the alarm. Listen carefully. Hear the rhythm and emotion. When your ears participate, your memory becomes stronger. Now act out the word. If the word is jump, then actually jump. If the word is run, pretend to run. If it's smile, smile. If it's write, move your hand like you're writing. When your muscles remember something, your brain remembers it too. Even pretending the action works. Next, make a sentence and perform it. For example, I jump when I hear good news. Say it and act it out. Or, I never jump on the bed. Be playful. This is how children learn. Through movement, sound, repetition, and emotion. Now you're doing the same, but with intention. Finally, use the word in your real life and include it in your memory loop. Say it while walking. I want to jump over this step. Say it while watching a video. He jumped so high. Write it in your journal. I jumped when I got the job. Now the word is connected to your mouth, movement, voice, life, emotions, imagination, and body. It becomes part of you. This method doesn't just help you remember. It helps you become fluent. Fluency is not only about knowing words. It's about what your body and mind can do instantly, naturally, and confidently. Most people struggle in conversation because they only think. They haven't trained their mouth, body, or instincts. This method trains your whole system. It works with harder words too. For freedom, spread your arms wide, breathe out, and smile. I feel freedom when I walk alone. For confused, scratch your head or look around. I was confused in the exam. For celebrate, clap or smile. Let's celebrate your birthday. For improve, mimic climbing upward. I want to improve my English. For decide, point left and right, then choose. I decided to wake up early. Even abstract ideas can be acted out. That increases memory power. From today onward, remember this. Don't just read the word. Don't just write the word. Speak it, hear it, move it, feel it, live it. The more parts of your brain you use, the faster you become fluent. This is the same method actors use to remember lines, children use to learn languages, and many successful learners use to gain confidence without expensive classes. And now it's yours. Trick 6. Speak without fear. The safe zone method. You may wonder what fear has to do with remembering words. The answer, everything. You may know 1,000 words, write them in notebooks, and recite them perfectly. But the moment someone asks you a question, you freeze. Your mind goes blank, your throat tightens, your heart races, and your English disappears. That is not a memory problem, it's a fear problem. Unless you overcome that fear, you cannot speak freely, use the words you know, or become fluent. This method trains your brain to feel safe when speaking English. Your brain has 2 zones. The danger zone. You feel nervous, afraid of mistakes, worried about judgment, and small. Your brain shuts down. Even if you know the word, it won't come out. The safe zone. You feel calm, unjudged, and natural. You enjoy speaking. Your brain opens up, recalls words easily, and builds fluency. Your daily goal is to create a safe zone where you can speak English freely without fear or shame. Start by speaking alone, but speak loudly and confidently. Speak out loud every day. This is not just practice, this is therapy for your speaking brain. When you speak to yourself, there is no one to judge you, no fear of mistakes, no pressure to be perfect, no anxiety. This becomes your first safe zone. Talk to yourself while brushing your teeth, cooking, getting dressed, cleaning, or walking. Say simple things. I'm making tea. It's a beautiful morning. I feel excited today. Use the words you've learned. Use the sentences you've created. Use the emotions you've practiced. Slowly, your brain will learn that it is safe to speak. This alone can dramatically increase your fluency over time. Find a mirror. Look into your own eyes and speak. Tell yourself, I'm learning English and I'm doing great. I will speak fluently. I'm not afraid anymore. Then speak a few lines of English to yourself. Watch your mouth, your expressions, your emotions. Speak with strength, pride, and clarity. The mirror becomes a reflection of your progress. You are not just watching your face, you are training your speaking identity. The more you speak to yourself, the more comfortable your mouth becomes, and the more your fear disappears. Sometimes all we need is one person who won't laugh, correct, or judge. Find someone who understands your English journey, a sibling, friend, classmate, parent, or someone online. Ask them, "Can I practice English with you sometimes?" No pressure, no judgment, just support. This person becomes your second safe zone. Start small. Short conversations, text messages, voice notes, simple questions and answers. Slowly, you'll grow more comfortable. Fear will turn into flow, and confidence will grow. Create a safe routine. The brain loves routines. It remembers better when it knows what to expect. Build an English routine that feels familiar, safe, and enjoyable. Here is an example of a daily safe zone routine. Speak a few sentences to yourself alone. Read a few lines out loud from a book. Watch a short English video with subtitles. Repeat a few phrases you heard. Smile and say, "I'm improving." Repeat this daily. Your brain will begin to relax. Speaking English will no longer feel like danger. It will feel like home. The brain does not learn well when it is afraid. Fear blocks memory, fear blocks fluency, and fear blocks confidence. But when you feel safe, you remember faster, speak clearer, think more easily in English, and enjoy the process. Fluency is not just vocabulary, it is freedom. Freedom to speak without panic. The safe zone method gives you that freedom. If you truly want to become fluent, if you want to remember words and use them confidently, if you want to stop feeling ashamed or afraid, then build your safe zone every day. Fluency does not grow in fear. It grows in freedom. And that freedom comes from speaking without judgment, speaking with joy, speaking like no one is watching. Do this and you will not only remember English words, you will own your English voice forever. Trick 7. Teach it to keep it, the memory of a teacher. Have you ever explained something to someone and suddenly understood it better? Maybe a recipe, how to use a phone, or a simple idea. While explaining it, you didn't just remember it, you understood it more deeply. Why? Because when you teach, you activate the highest form of memory. It is no longer passive like reading or repeating. It becomes active knowledge, alive inside you, ready to be spoken. This is what makes this trick so powerful. The most successful English learners know one simple truth. The best way to learn is to teach. When you teach a word, your brain organizes the meaning. You speak the sentence out loud. You connect it to real life. You feel responsible for explaining it correctly. This strengthens your memory immensely. It's like moving from being a student to becoming a master. Your brain begins to say, "This word is part of my identity. I don't just know it. I can explain it, share it, and use it." That is when fluency truly begins. Here is how to use this trick every day, even if you're a beginner, even if you have no one to teach, even if you feel shy. The goal is not to become a teacher for others. It is to become a teacher for yourself. Teach the word to your mirror. This is your personal classroom. Your face is your student. Your mind is your coach. If you learn the word hungry, go to the mirror and say, "Today I learned the word hungry." It means you want food. For example, "I am hungry right now. I feel hungry when I smell pizza." Speak slowly and clearly, as if teaching a child. When you explain slowly, your brain processes deeply. This builds long-term memory. Teach the word to an imaginary friend. Imagine someone who doesn't speak English standing next to you. Say, "Let me teach you a word I just learned." Excited. It means you feel very happy and look forward to something. "I feel excited about learning English." What do you feel excited about? Speak with emotion. Smile. Make it real. Your brain will store the memory as a conversation, not just study. Teach on paper. Writing is a form of teaching. Open your notebook and choose a few new words you learned today. For each word, write the word, the meaning in your own words, a sentence using it, and why the word matters to you. This turns memory into meaning. You are not just copying, you are creating, and creation leads to retention. Teach someone else if possible. Find a friend, sibling, parent, or online partner and say, "Can I teach you some English words? It will help me remember." It doesn't matter if their English is better. This is about building your speaking confidence. Even a small explanation, the word careful means to be safe and pay attention. For example, be careful with the glass dot is incredibly powerful. Fluency means speaking clearly, explaining your ideas, and expressing your thoughts. This trick builds all of that: explanation skills, speaking flow, recall, sentence creation, emotional confidence. Teachers become fluent because they constantly repeat, review, and explain. Now you are becoming your own teacher, and your brain will thank you with deep, permanent memory. From today, make this your rule. I will teach what I learn. I will explain every word I study. I will become the master of my vocabulary. You don't need a classroom. You don't need students. You need only your mirror, your notebook, your voice, and your courage. If you do this daily, you will not only remember English words forever. You will speak them freely, powerfully, and fluently. Because the best English learners are not just students. They are teachers of their own knowledge. Teachers of themselves. You've now learned 7 of the most powerful, life-changing tricks to remember English words forever. But more than that, you've learned how to think like a fluent speaker. You've learned to train your memory the right way, remove fear from your journey, use your voice without shame, and create systems that last for life. This is not just a lesson. This is a complete English fluency system. And now it's in your hands. I want you to remember this. You are not bad at English. You are not slow. You are not weak. You simply never had the right system until now. Now you do. Now you have the tools. Now you have the steps. Now you have the power to become fluent, not someday, but starting today. So please, don't just learn these ideas and forget them. Take action. Practice these tricks. Make them part of your routine. Return to these strategies whenever you need strength, structure, or support. If this helped you, if even one idea made you feel stronger, more confident, or more hopeful in your English journey, then do 2 things. First, join our community. We are building a place where English learners support each other, stay motivated, and grow together. Second, share this message with someone who is learning English, someone who is struggling, someone who needs encouragement. You never know, this one lesson might change someone's life. And if you stay on this path, it can change yours too. Remember, this is not the end. This is the beginning of your fluency, your confidence, and your new voice. You're not just learning English anymore. You're becoming the person who speaks it fluently, powerfully, naturally, and fearlessly. Stay strong, keep going, and speak your future into existence.